One second. Hold on. What the fuck? Alright, I think we're ready. Alright, what's up everybody? We got a monster balancing patch. Wasn't what I was expecting. Oh man, a little different. A lot different actually than I was expecting. Okay, so let's talk about this. First off, I know you noticed that there's no, I didn't think that there really needed to be a Shihao buff, right? I'm like the only one that thinks that Shihao is okay, I guess. So no Shihao buff, no Brandia buff, no Brandia change even. I thought maybe she could use a change too. No Brandia change, no Daphnis change or buff, no, who else? Who else are we waiting for? Vanessa! How do I forget Vanessa? No Vanessa one. Oh my god. So I talked to ComToUs, someone from ComToUs a couple weeks ago. They did mention that those, like, 2 of those monsters were on the table. They didn't say anything about Shihao. I think they said like Vanessa and Daphnis, or Vanessa and Brandy. I think they said Vanessa and Daphnis. Or it could be Vanessa and Brandy. It was 2 of those 3 they were talking about. They didn't confirm. They said that it was on the table. They were talking about it. They didn't say they were going to. They didn't say they weren't going to. They said there was in discussion. Right? So I can understand that they didn't get buffed. Like, I can kind of understand that. But I mean, what the hell, man? Like, it's very shocking. I didn't expect most of these. Alright? So, I mean, who was calling for a Grim Reaper buff? Anyway, I know I wasn't like, oh man, I got the Fire Grim Reaper, I want a buff for him. But they did it. Okay. So many people raging about the Fire Grim Reaper buff, I guess. Alright, so let's see what did get buffed. Hopefully you guys can see this as I'm going along with it. Hell Lady Water, Eternal Scar, which is her 3rd skill. Modify the attack target. Instead of attacks one enemy with 2 hits, attacks all enemies 2 hits. Decreased defense, disturbs HP recovery for 3 turns is now 2 turns only. Destroys enemies max HP by 75% of the inflicted damage. Destroys enemies max HP by 50%. And it is now increased. Okay, so we got a skill cooldown increase, because it's a stronger skill. Destroys enemies max HP by less. But it is an AoE, defense break, and then attack on top of defense break and destroy damage. So, you know those Kumar Ritesh teams? Well, maybe not Ritesh might have, but you know those Rakan. I mean, this is a really great unit now. This is a really great unit. You bring Galleon. She's really great for arena offense, especially for high level. I mean, she's huge. She's one of the better water damage dealers now. She's got an AoE that destroys max HP, which means that you take this into Kamun, Kumar, Rakan teams, maybe water, maybe like Ariel, whatever. You take this in with a Galleon, you attack buff, you defense break, and then you go and you AoE smash their HP down, and easy peasy. You come in with, you attack with another monster on top of that, and even if it doesn't kill them, they're crippled because they're monsters based on their max HP. This is awesome. This is a really great, I mean, congratulations for Beth owners, right? I wasn't expecting that, but now I want a Beth even more. I didn't really want, I kind of wanted her actually for Guild Wars. I kind of did want her, but now I kind of want her even more because, you know, I'm like, oh man, I really want some water damage, some better water damage dealers, some different water damage dealers, some water damage deal nat 5s. I wouldn't mind her now. I mean, now she's gonna be way closer to being, not closer to being usable. Now she's legitimately strong. She's legitimately strong against these Velajules, Chloe's, Kamun, Kumar, defenses, Camila. I mean, there's a lot of fire water tanks. This is huge. There's a lot, because I mentioned sometimes that there's fire water tanks, double fire, double water teams in with passives and stuff like that, HP tanks for arena defense at high level, and this is a really good counter to that. So I think ComToUs nailed it with this. I think it's very nice buff to Beth buff. That's the exciting thing of the day is, wow, congratulations for Beth owners. That's really good for you. Damn. Then we have the Wind Hell Lady. Capture chances of removing beneficial effects by 50% is now 100%. So good news for the Wind Hell Lady owners too. Not as huge of a change though. Let's be honest. Not as huge of a change. They're like, let's give the Wind Hell Lady a buff too. So yeah, but damn, Beth is a meta monster now. I think she's gonna be a meta monster. So I think people are gonna use Beth in arena offense a lot. If they have Beth, they're gonna use her a lot. It's an AoE defense break, damage, destroying max HP. This is one of the best monsters to kill to attack high level arena defense, fire arena defense. I mean, anyone that has that now is like, oh great, now I can't. Now people will be ruining their Beths to be able to take full advantage of this. That's crazy. It really is. Then we have the Sea Emperor Water Maelstrom skill cooldown decreased by 1 turn. More reliable for dungeons runs. Dungeons runs. Better for TOA. Really doesn't change his uses almost at all in arena offense, I think, because you're one-shotting things. It doesn't really matter too much. But I think this is just going to make TOA easier for Water Sea Emperor users like myself on the China account, right? It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be better for. I'm gonna have a better success rate in Giants B10 and Dragons B10. So that'll be great. Awesome. Let's see. Then we have the Fire and Dark Ninja Dragon attack increased damage by 7%. It's a little thing. I can't get too excited about that. Occult Girl Fire, Wind, and Light Toy Knight increased damage by 13%. Fire, Wind, and Light Toy Knight. So that's the second skill that stuns. Increased damage by 13%. I'm not gonna complain there. Occult Girl Light Guardian Angel additional effect increases the defense of the ally for 3 turns. Increases defense of the ally for 3 turns. Let's take a look at what her skill was before. Hold on. I'm gonna take a look. I got my little thing here. So that was the Light Guardian Angel. Attacks all enemies 3 times. Each attack has a 40% chance to decrease the target's attack power for 3 turns and deals more damage according to your max HP. Alright. Attack, power break, and defense buff. That actually makes her a pretty decent increase in defense. I guess that means increased defense of all allies for 3 turns. That makes her a really great arena not arena defense monster. Ha! Not arena defense, but makes her a really great real-time arena monster, I think. Because we have the attack break of the enemy team. We have the sleep and the stun, and she's an HP-based monster with good speed. I think that makes her a viable light occult girl. I think that makes her a viable real-time arena unit. So that's pretty cool. Increases defense of the allies for 3 turns. I assume that it means all allies, right? I assume it means all allies. So that's good. I think the occult girl could have used the buff, and that's good that they actually buffed her. Dark Beast Monk Crushing Blow. That's the first skill, right? First skill is Crushing Blow. I don't have a Dark Beast Monk, but if I did, I would be Crushing Blow. Smashes HP, recovers HP by 50% of the damage dealt. Damage proportionate to your max HP, and will increase your attack speed for 2 turns. So he has a heal on his first skill. So instead of the heal, they gave him a brand. And he had the defend second skill, which is like the hug, is the protect a squishy monster. Protect the squishies. So instead of the heal on the first skill, we have a brand. Does that make people excited about using him? I think he needed a bigger... I think the people that were calling for... that were calling for a buff on him, really were expecting something more. The branding effect is nice, but I think they were expecting more. Dark Polar Queen, Inject Darkness. How many times does this get changed? Oh my god. Dark Polar Queen. This changes every time. Inject Darkness. Recovers the ally's HP by the amount that's proportionate to your attack power and reflects 30% of incoming damage back to the attacker. Is now... Oh, I could have just read that on the screen. As now, Deep Grudge. Reflects 30% of damage back to the enemy whenever you're attacked. Inflicts additional damage that's proportionate to the damage. Reflects 30% of the damage, right? Inflicts additional damage that's proportionate to the damage that another ally received from the enemy during the... What? With the description, man! Additional damage, proportional to damage that another ally received from the enemy during the previous turn when you attack during your turn. Okay, so if the enemy attacks you, does damage, previously, you store that damage, right? And then you like, not revenge, but it's like, you're like, as soon as it's my turn, I'm gonna beat your ass. Damage increase will reset when you attack an enemy. Okay, so if someone does big damage to one of your teammates, she is gonna do it right back when it comes to her turn. Okay. There we go. Proportionate though, it's not exactly, it doesn't say 1-to-1 ratio. I mean, we wouldn't say 1-to-1 ratio, but we'll see how that scales. We'll see if that is a 1-to-1 ratio or whatever it is. But that's, even if it's a weak monster, I don't know, I guess it would be whoever attacks whatever enemy attacked last. So if you get attacked last by like a Jasoon, then big effing deal. But if you get attacked last by like by Leica, yeah, there you go, by Leica, and he does big damage, then I guess she's gonna do big damage there. But I'm not sure that's very like, it's a weird thing, but I guess we're gonna have to see it, because I can't really imagine. I really want to see that in action. That's one of those things that you're like, I gotta see this in action to see how good it is, right? To see how many times we're gonna just do damage based on Jasoon, like, oh, and then, you know, okay. Anyway, we have Jack-o'-lantern, common, trickster for all the Jack-o'-lanterns. Why does it say common now? Didn't it used to say all? Fixed damage proportionate to the attack power is now proportionate to attack power and attack speed. Okay. And for Ghost Appearance, it's now proportionate to attack power and speed too. Light Horse, duty of the Monarch passive, increased attack bar recovery amount from the ally from 25 to 30. I think that people with the Light Horse were hoping for more than that. I think that he could be useful, but you gotta kind of make him work. He's not gonna be useful in every situation, but I think that they wanted a little bit more to that, instead of maybe not more attack bar recovery, but like a little additional something in the passive as well in addition to that. I think that was what people were kind of hoping for the Light Horse. He did technically get a buff. Brownie Magician, this is huge. Run. Okay, so Run is the first skill of the Brownie Magicians. Let's find a Brownie. Where are you, Brownie? Run. Bounces towards the enemy to attack. It's another turn with a 30% chance. Now, this is a big one. Limited to max number of acquiring additional turn to 2. So we cap the additional turns, so Ryan can't go super crazy anymore. Which is nice. I did mention this before, that just the fact that he can go crazy on Violent Runes, keep resetting himself, at least this helps to somewhat make it not insane. Acquiring additional turn, decrease to 2. So, Violent Orion. This is one way to nerf Violent Orions without nerfing Violent Runes. Alright. Violent Orions, Violent Dracos. I don't see too many people building Dracos. I see some Aquilas in offense, not in defense. But Orion's everywhere. So, Orion's everywhere. Gemini is pretty popular after the Hall of Heroes. But Orion is the one that this is going to be. Oh, thank God. This should make my arena offenses easier, because I can't tell you the amount of times that I go into an arena fight and I use my Zyros and reset everything, right? And then Orion comes, first skill, and like first skill, okay, and then Harmless Prank, and then does his thing. So Orion is like anti-Zyros, just because his first skill always procs. I feel like it always procs all the time. So at least that's limited now. We'll see how it does. Grim Reaper, Fire, Living Hell. Because everyone was calling for a skill cooldown on this. I think the Judgment skill cooldown was good. I think that was a little bit too long of a cooldown. The Living Hell, though, if you're using it in TOA, but I think I think really no one's using the Fire Grim Reaper for TOA though anymore. I used to use it in TOA, but I don't think people are really using it too much. But now if you happen to be using that, if you happen to be using the light one in TOA, then there you go. You got stuns and defense breaks. It's a better cooldown, and if you pair it with Mav, that's even better on top of that. Sky Dancer Light Charge Vitality increases your attack bar by 50%, is now 100%, and recovers your HP by 50%. Okay, let's take a look at that Light Sky Dancer. You're like, Jubeigle, no one has the Light Sky Dancer. One person watching this has the Light Sky Dancer. This is for you, one person that's watching this. Charge Vitality fills up the target's attack bar to the fullest amount and recovers the HP by 50%. Your attack bar is also increased by 50. So now it is going to increase your attack gauge by 100% as well. So now both your target attack gauge is going to be full and recover the HP by 50, and your attack gauge is going to be full and recovers your HP by 50. So it's just giving you the same buff as it gives to whoever you pair it with. Not bad. Increase these. So that is a noticeable buff though for the Light Sky Dancer, which for the one person watching. Congratulations, one person watching this. Drunken Master Rolling Punch. Rolling Punch is the first skill, inflicted damage by 25%. So in the last buff, in the last monster buff, Rolling Punch starts ignoring defense now. So now they're doing first skill ignore defense plus increased damage by 25%. That's not bad. That's not bad. I want to see if that's something we like, because I have one of them built, but not bad. Martial arts common roundhouse kick, increased harmful effect activation from 25 to 35%. Roundhouse kick. Let's see which one that is. Drunken kick, no. One more drink. Phoenix kick. Roundhouse kick. Oh, martial artist. Wow, Jubeigle, maybe wake up before you do videos. Maybe might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. Okay, roundhouse kick. Stuns for 25% chances. Now it's going to be 35% chance. I'm not sure if they changed the when you skill them up what it's going to be. But at least it's more likely to stun. The martial artist, let's see, I didn't actually look at these yet. I peeked at some of them before the video, but I didn't look at all of them yet. Martial artist Water and Dark. Thundering Blow. Stuns the target. Damage increases according to defense. So that's cooldown is reduced. Okay, I think that they needed to be change the monster type though. How they scale. That's what I think that they needed to do. Fire, Wind, and Light. Fire, Wind, and Light martial artists. Combo attack, additional effect increases. Instantly recovers your turn with that 30% after the attack. Okay. Combo attack. Attacks 3 times. Decrease defense for 2 turns. And then instantly recovers your turn for a 30% with a 30% chance. So defense break, attacks 3 times, defense break, and then you maybe get another turn. Still too situational, I think. And also I think the scaling is wrong though. I think that the monster types, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a cool buff, but I'm not sure if that really makes them usable. Like makes them like, oh, I want to build one now. We have the Water Martial Artist Natural Stance. The third skill circulates the body with chi, recovering 30% HP and counterattacking when being attacked for the next 3 turns. Now it is increases defense for 3 turns. So defense buff and counterattack instead of HP recovery. Does that make me excited about using him? Probably not. Fire Martial Artist passive. Additional effect gains immunity against decreased Oh! Hello! What is this? This is important. Okay. Now you have my attention. His martial artist, the fire martial artist, specialist passive. Let me just actually get on it. Okay, I should have been doing this the entire time, shouldn't I? Well-trained body is more powerful than steel. If you have higher defense than your enemies, your attacks will deal additional damage proportionate to your defense. Right? So now, he cannot get defense broken. That is a change. That is a noticeable change. Okay. Because now we have the water Frankenstein that does that. Doesn't have, can't be defense broken. Now he does that. I'm trying to think off the bat, what would be... Oh my god, this could be really cool. This could be really cool if you're going into a team with, like, against the Rhine, you're like, man, they're going to defense break something, they're going to nuke it down. Now you have I mean, that would be really cool to do, yeah. Immunity against decreased defense, because that's the entire reason that I built the Water Frankenstein. So, that's really cool. That's really cool. I wonder if that makes him more usable. You know who's got him? You know who's got him and has him built and max skilled is YDCB. He'll probably do, check out his channel, he'll probably do some videos on him after the buff. Martial Arts Wind, Qingong, increased damage proportion to attack power. Let's see. Third skill, increases attack speed for 2 turns, attacks the enemy swiftly. The attack bar is increased after the attack by 50%. So, increased attack speed, attack swiftly, attack bar increased. Now, we're going to inflict damage proportion to attack power and attack speed. So now he's going to increase attack speed, and then attack, and he's got good base speed. This could be a... That interests me, though, now. Attack bar is increased by 50% after the attack, so he's going to get a lot of turns. This guy could be crazy. On swift, speed, crit damage attack. I wonder how much damage this is going to do. It's going to do damage based on speed. That could be fun. That could be fun. We've got a defense break and a stun. That could be a fun... That could be fun now. So he's going to do more damage because he's basically... He buffs himself right before the attack. Okay. And then we have the Martial Artist, Dark Exploding Hands. I have this guy. Let's see. Let's do... Okay. Attacks the enemy, and if the enemy is under inability effects, deals 25% of the target's remaining HP as additional damage. I have him, so let's hope this is good. Change to attacks the enemy to inflict damage and stuns for 1 turn. Attacks once more if the target is stunned by your attack. Okay. Is it... I don't know how much the damage is, though. I mean, if it's crazy damage, then that's great, but... It's still based on attack power, though, it looks like. It's not, it doesn't say anything about being based on defense. So you build him as a defense monster, but he attacks, it's useless, kind of. Because if you build him as a defense monster, this doesn't scale on defense. So what's the point? See, that's the problem with some of these martial artists, is that they scale on attack, and they're like defense-based monsters, and some of their things scale on defense, and some of their things scale on attack. So there's like really 2 different ways to build them, and it's like, if I build one like this, then this skill sucks, and if I build one like this, then the other skill sucks. So, GG on that. I think it should have been made the light one based on more skills based on HP, and made the dark one more skills based on defense. I think that would have been cool. I think that would have been the way to go. So, let's see. Polar Queen Dark, inject darkness, skill level of some monsters, skill improvement increases the recovery amount to increase the inflicted damage. Okay, we already talked about that, I don't know why they're talking about it again. Leader skill of some monsters has been modified. Light Horse is now attack speed in arena increased by 24%. Nice, okay, so that makes the Light Horse usable. Leader skill modification. What did he have right now? What did he have right now? Light Horse, Light Horse, Light Horse. He had accuracy 40%. So, between that and his passive, recovers attack bar of the ally with the lowest attack bar by 25%. Increase the ally's attack bar for 1 turn. I wonder if there's a little combo potential there with the Light Horse. He's got low base speed. If his base speed was higher, I would say, ooh, it's exciting. I think the low base speed might kind of stop that from being too crazy. But hey, man, at least we have that, and at least we have, so we can pair him with he's got a nice speed lead skill, so we can pair him with Bernard or Ryan or something, and then we have the defense buff too, and decrease the chance of them receiving critical hits. So he can be the leader, Ryan can go, and then Wedget can go after that, and he can buff the defense and crit resist of the entire team. So that could be cool. That could be cool. Yeah, that's a nice improvement to the Light Horse. Okay, so they did help some monsters Skill description of monsters has changed. The Dice Magician roll dice for skill has just changed. It's just changed. Skill error of some monsters has been modified. Water Freeze Mind. Issue of attack bar reset not being activated correctly as a result. That's just a bug fix. Skills that activate due to missing hits of some monsters will now be activated under the same condition. When missing hits occur, decreased defense, increased chances of missing unrecoverable effects will not be granted. Okay. Alright. So I think the biggest ones are... I think it's fun for some of the Light Dark Nat 5 owners, but I think the Hell Lady is the biggest thing in the patch. The martial artists, like, do you still build them? Maybe not. But all of them got buffs. But, I mean, I don't know if that's something you still... But the wind one seems interesting. The wind one I'm interested in. The fire one I'm interested in. But I don't know if I'm excited to build the rest of them. Aside from that. I'm trying to think, is that... Yeah, the Brownie Magician is less ridiculous. So, they kind of did what they needed to do a little bit. But, man, I really was hoping for... the ones that the community was crying about. Boo boo bee boo. Vanessa, Brandia, and what's I saying? Which other ones do I? Which other ones do I have that need buff? No, Daphnis. People were saying Chandra. I'm surprised that none of them saw buffs. I'm surprised. I think my biggest surprise is that none of them saw buffs. Like, the community was like, oh, we want to buff this. None of them saw buffs. I'm trying to think about the logic behind that. I'm like, why would Comtuous say, okay, we know, because it was on the table. It was on the table. We know that they need to be buffed. We know that the community wants these monsters buffed. Let's not do that, and let's do something else. I'm thinking about, like, why they would do that, and my only conclusion that I came to is, like, maybe they're thinking, okay, let's give them a little buffs for now to let them know that we're gonna still continue doing buffs. Like, hey guys, they're maybe in the future, and then if they buff those monsters now, then the people would either be disappointed or excited now, and then it would wear off. But if they buff them, if there's still the hope for buffing them in the future, then people are still gonna keep playing and like, okay, well, they're gonna maybe get buffed in the future. I'm gonna still keep playing the game to make sure to, like, see if they get buffed, and it's still like that looking towards the future kind of thing to keep people interested in the game. That's my only thing I can think of as to why they didn't do that. Just to keep it like RNG. Or maybe this is just how Comtuous operates. They just roll the dice and they're like, what monster? Does this monster get buffed? Alright, who's the next monster? Brandia? Let's roll the dice. Oh, double ones, she doesn't get buffed. Double ones, she doesn't get buffed. What's the next monster? Beth? Okay, roll the dice. Oh, 6/6. Oh, we gotta make her OP now. We gotta make her OP. Oh my god, I would laugh so hard if that's actually how they did that. I would laugh so hard if that's actually how they did that. Sometimes I think it is. Alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. I already know what you guys are gonna say. But maybe if you see some potential use in some of these other monsters, then feel free to speak your mind. Yo. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Get hyped for the new buffs. Congratulations, Brandia owners. I will see you guys, as always, in the next Tomato Soup.